So Sabotage Fields. People are blaming the Nate Herbig fumbles on him. Fields had him as starting center, but watch Wilson start with Frazier.
Hey man, maybe Tons of Fun knows more than the quarterbacks that talked about it, man. I ain't tripping on it. In terms of what I saw though from Frazier, if we're just completely talking Frazier and Herbig, I thought that both played well. I think that Frazier though, obviously younger player, was a lot more exciting because it was new to us. I think that he did some really good jobs. I thought I was really impressed with him climbing up to the second level. I also like what he was doing in pass protection as well. I thought that Zach played a really good game. I'm excited to see what he can come out here and do this second game, and I do potentially want to see him versus a little bit uptick in competition. That's always like my weird thing about preseason. We'll compare the guy going against the greater competition, and we don't account for that part of the evaluation. You know what I mean? Whereas, like I said, for Herbig, man, he was out there versus that starting D-line. I thought he did some good things out there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I off outside of the snaps?
No,
I don't think Herbig was terrible.
Let's not play, but people, and that's why I said what I said when I led off about the fumble. If you are a Justin Fields guy and you are looking for reasons to support him, or say you're a Zach Frazier guy, you're going to look at that instant and put that as an indictment on Nate Herbig, which we've already seen in the chat. My whole response was, because I've never played quarterback in the National Football League, I couldn't give you the answer to who was right or wrong. But listening to the guys that did do this and did this for a long time, and I view them as experts because that's what they did. The same way if you're talking linebackers or defense, they're going to probably side with me in some of these instances. That's just how it is. So listening to them, they said that, yeah, quarterback should have sat in there a little bit longer. So that's my only thing, man. But I thought Herbig played fine. I just feel like for Frazier, because the excitement is we want a new center. Herbig didn't have any bad credit last year. Herbig wasn't our starter last year. It was Mason Cole. But we almost, not we, but it's like people are almost looking at Herbig as if he was Mason Cole solely because we have Frazier right here. I just think that we can praise Zach Frazier without it being this like witch hunt. Herbig is bad all of a sudden. It's like,
yeah, I want Frazier to start, but I don't think Herbig did anything bad outside of those snaps.
Right,
but
that's
then,
my whole thing, yeah.
If we're talking about it being more on fields, it's like, okay.
Right, I'm like, Frazier played well. That does not mean that Herbig did not play well. Herbig played well also. But that's just kind of how I look at it. That's also why I said I want to see Frazier against a little bit higher of competition. So now we can get a little bit better analysis on both of these guys. Because I saw Frazier moving some people. Yeah. And I like that. And it's like, if you can do that versus...
and he could just flat out move better than Herbig,
right,
too.
And that's the part. But that's why he was drafted the way he was drafted. We know what he's capable of. But I think that's the part where it's like, yo, let's see it now. We saw you versus this level. Now bump you up a little bit. See what you look like versus this level. And that's what the preseason is for. You're trying to learn information on these guys. Can this guy do this? Is he ready for that? And you're projecting it. Obviously, we're not going to really know the answer until we get to week one. We could say we want to start him all we want because we saw in this preseason game, you get out there week one and this dude's getting demolished. We're going to be like, hey, bro, Herbig, get you back in there. The same way I'm sure some people looked at our tackle situation and they left out of that game and was like, bro, what the heck is this? You don't got to tell me. I saw y'all comments on it. So that's the part where it's just like, I get the excitement, but let's just make sure that it's real. Show it again. Uptick it a little bit. You know what I mean? But that's how you do it to keep Frazier from getting in over his head. And ultimately putting this offense in a situation where now you got the Kendrick Green scenario. You wanted this young guy out there so bad. He had to start. Now you got him out there and we're like, bro, we have a little bit of an issue here. That's all.